Good evening. I hope you're feeling well. I feel pretty good today. Today was a big day for me. And let's get this out of the way. I don't want to talk about last night. Don't worry about last night. Last night is not important today. What's important today is that I went to Bit Summit. And I saw things. Obviously, I saw video games. That's fun. It's fun to see video games. It's fun to play them. It's fun for me to talk to the people who make video games. What's more important is that last bit, talking to people. Bit Summit is an annual event. And when I go to Bit Summit, I get to see people who I don't see very often. Some of them live outside of Japan. Some of them live in Tokyo. Some of them live locally, but I just never see them outside of Bit Summit. It just happens, you know? So, during the course of the day, I got to talk to a lot of people. Now, today is June 1st, which means it's been exactly 2 months since I announced my first name on the internet. So for a lot of people at Bit Summit, this was their first time talking to me since that happened. In some cases, they hadn't seen that video. They didn't know. They greeted me and used the wrong name. And I said, actually, it's this name now. And once we just established that it was what the name was right, we just kept talking. And some of them asked me questions. But the bottom line is everyone who heard my new name, heard my correct name, they were supportive. And they talked to me, and most really liked it. I thought it was cool. It was good. And that's important. It's important because my name is my name. And while most people have gotten on board since day one, it's still a process for me to spread this information out there. It's still a process for me to introduce myself and say my name out loud. And some days it still feels a little strange when someone says it out loud to me, when they never said it out loud before. And today was an important step for all that. But it was also an important step for other things. Because when I'm at Bit Summit, everyone's there. Most people there are showing off a video game that they make. Some people are just there because they make other video games, or they localize video games, or they market video games. Everyone's got a reason to be there. Sometimes when I go to Bit Summit, I feel like I don't have a reason to be there. Because who the fuck am I? I go to the show every year. I meet some people. I talk to them. I play the games. Maybe I write a story about them. But I'm not moving any mountains. I'm not creating much of anything. Now, people invite me back every year, and I'm grateful for that. So, I'm not going to pretend that I don't play a role when I go to Bit Summit. But there are a lot of times when I'm there and I feel like I don't belong there. You know, especially at a party. I was at a party tonight, and everyone at that party, I looked at them and was like, everyone here is making something or doing something. Or they made something 30 years ago and that something was goddamn incredible. Okay, I was at a party tonight. I didn't find out till later. Koji Kondo was at that party. Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, Legend of Zelda. Okay? All those. The music you hear when I say those words, he wrote that music. He was at that party. I did not meet him. Didn't even see him. But the point is, days like today, events like today, I have a lot of creeping self-doubt. But I have to fight that self-doubt. I have to fight that self-doubt because I matter. I'm valid. I'm an invited guest, just like lots of other invited guests, and that counts. Because today's June 1st. It's Pride Month. And when it comes to Pride, this has been going on for a few years now. I've asked myself, what counts? Do I count? Do I matter? What role do I play if I don't understand myself? If I ask questions that I can't answer? If people ask me questions that I can't answer? And after a lot of thinking about it, and a full day of conversations with people today, where I felt included and invited and worthy, damn it, I matter. And if it's Pride Month, then maybe it's time I said some things out loud. Some of you probably figured these out. After all, I've been writing about some of these subjects for several years. Many of you, when I changed my name, rather when I corrected my name, many of you asked questions that seemed to imply you knew this was coming. Congratulations to you. But for a lot of you, this may be a shock. So I'm just going to say it out loud. I'm non-binary. I consider myself transgender non-binary. And I'm also bisexual. I cannot explain these feelings in great detail because they are ongoing explorations that I have been immersed in for some time. But the good news is, it doesn't matter what I know. It doesn't matter what I can prove. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I can explain. I've come to this conclusion after years of thought, personal reflection, talks with other friends who are out, and reckoning my own feelings. So that's it. I'm out. My name is Feit. I am a transgender, non-binary person who is bisexual. And I love you.